Ahoy mateys, this is Seminole here, bringing another video. I'm trying something new here. I hope you like the new intro. Thank you DJ for that. I was asked by one of our members here for some tips on aiming. So I'm making a video here hoping to illustrate a couple points on aiming. I'm using the Admiral hipper for this video. So let's get into this. Hopefully there's some tips that you may find useful. If you have any questions, of course, hit me up. So in this map, I usually head right in between these two islands because there's usually two DDs. One will usually come to this side. I head to this area to protect from a flanking DD. However, as you can see up top, there's only one destroyer on the enemy team. So I'm expecting him to come to the middle or to the other side. So instead, I'm going to go to the left of this island, which means I need to get my guns around to the other side onto my left. So I'm aiming over here in anticipation of having targets on my left. I want to make sure that when I get into range, my guns will be on target. I was fast forwarding there. The ship's really not that fast. Okay, first shot, Tirpitz and Mogami. I'm going to go for the Mogami. Now he's heading in full forward. I want to land my shells right here on this red dot on his front where his armor is weaker and where his guns are. Hopefully I can take them out. So I'm way down in front. You see that line is. Boom, all my shots on target. Now again, I'm going to pull it out in front and down a little bit and tweak them. Now, look at my mini-map right here. You see that tight circle? I just switched to torpedoes. That ship is not in torpedo range yet, but he's heading into torpedo range and will be shortly. I don't have to wait for him to be in range to shoot. As you see, I don't have a cone right now because he's not in range, but I'm going to go ahead and fire him out and kind of ballpark this a little bit. So I've got torpedoes inbound while I'm reloading my guns. I haven't missed a shot yet. He's a little closer. I don't have to lead quite as far as I did before. Got a nice citadel in there, and my torps shall finish the job. Now I'm going to switch to the Tirpitz. Important here. The Tirpitz is in full forward. That red area is his armor belt. He's over 7 kilometers away. I'm not going to be able to penetrate that armor belt, so I want to aim towards the green area here where his armor is weaker. Now if I aim in the middle, since he's in full forward, those shells hit towards the back. And you'll see where they land. Boom, 834, 834, because I'm not hitting his main armor, okay? I hope that made sense. From that range, I splashed a couple shells. Now, I got a little bit lazy here. I was a little bit too far forward. Let me see if I can get a better shot of that here. Okay, now look. I'm aiming more towards the front, and most of my shells are probably going to land still in that armor belt. Let's see how that works out. You see that? 0 and a 417. I hit his main armor. I didn't get rewarded for it. That is a bad shot. Now I want to aim. You'll see here, he's not parallel to me as that first black arrow would show. He's heading away from me now. Look at that mini map to see the angle and judge how high you need to aim this reticle. Again, I want to avoid that red area, but you see I'm raising it above his bow. I want to hit towards that green area there. That's my target of where I'm landing the shells. So I'm going to put my aiming reticle way out in front and raise it up a little bit since he's heading away from me. Let's see if I land the shells where I want. Boom, I splashed one out in front, but I think 4 or 5 of those shells all rang full penetrations, which is 834. Now, they're heading towards my base. I need help with this Benson. I just activated precise aim. That Benson did a good job of turning, not letting me get a shot. So now I want to make sure this next shot is good because I do have my precise aim lined up. Is he aiming this way? Nope, he's okadoking. Don't let out a shot. Be patient, wait for him. That Tirpitz is out of range. All right, it looks like now he's going. Now he's coming towards me, so I would have that reticle lower, but I'm expecting him to continue his turn left, which by the time my shells get there, he will be parallel. So I didn't aim down at the waterline, I aimed up at where he is. You see he's still turning away from me. I'm not sure if I'm explaining that well, but I wasn't expecting him to keep a straight line as the point. All right, and he should be finished off by somebody else here. Oh, yep. I wasted shells. Okay, now I've been keeping this island here to the right of me because there's been a ship that keeps shooting me over from the right. Oh, his shells just came in from behind me and to the right over there. That's that Mogami. So I'm in forward. That island on my right is protecting me again, so I get a couple shots here on this Amagi. That was a bit of a lazy shot. I didn't aim well on that. So here, again, I'm going to aim way out in front. to try and get him out in front. Now those shells landed back there towards the armor belt. You see that? It registers a 0 and a 428 back there in that meat of that armor belt. But the one out in front landed an 857. We'll get back to that point in a minute, but it's very important when aiming. It's not just hitting the ship, it's where you're hitting the ship. Now he's turning towards me. Let's see where these shells hit. You see I'm a little bit up in front because on the mini map he was aiming away from me. Now again, this torpedo, he's not in range. I just pulled that up to look at that circle up there, and he was not coming into the torpedo range. Now he's heading towards me, so I lower my reticle below the waterline to try and hit right in his broadside there, and I should be able to get some full penetrations, maybe even a Citadel here. Boom, Citadel at 1800. Had a couple nice shots. Now he's coming back into my torpedo range, so I'm going to switch back to torpedoes, expecting him to continue that turn. So I'm aiming way out here, expecting him to continue the turn that he's making. I'm making a guess that he's going to continue that turn. Now again, out in front because he's aiming towards me, so I'm way down below the waterline. Again, nice shells laying on target. He continued his turn like I thought. Those torpedoes should be on target. Now he's continuing his turn away from me. So I raise my reticle above his hull, above the waterline. Again, not where he is right now, but where he's going to be by the time my shells get there. It's just about done. Aim to the right because he's going to continue his turn. Don't aim where his ship is. Aim where his ship's going to be. All done. All right. Now switching this to Magi. From long range, sometimes it's hard to tell if a ship is in forward or not, so where to aim your shells. I'm going to show you something here. Is he in forward? Is he in reverse? Look at the smoke on his smoke tower. You see how it's trailing off to the right? That looks like he's in forward, but not full forward. Slightly. So I'm aiming right there again, trying to get my shells laying in the back. I want to avoid that main armor belt. You see there, 857, no zeros, no 400s. Now look at his smoke again. It's neutral. He's not moving anywhere now. He's slanted in reverse or he's in neutral. So I don't need to lead him now. I'm aiming exactly where I want my shells to land, not having to lead out in front of them to get them to land in that sweet spot. Again, I'm trying something new here, and I'm trying to talk fast as this goes. Hopefully I was able to communicate some of those points about aiming. That smoke tower for a long range shot on a battleship to tell whether he's in forward or reverse. That works on destroyers, that works on cruisers, that works on any ship. It's a useful tool. Also, one of the things I want to communicate as well is looking at that mini map for lining up those shots, you know, above 5 kilometers, seeing the angle that ship is actually to you, because sights can be deceiving. He may be heading away from you or towards you, which will require you to aim higher or lower to make sure you land on shot. Anyway, yo ho, motherfuckers.